guys, LongHaul Larry, and we are back from the UP, and we're back in our shop here just for a little bit today, and then I'm going to be heading out and going to pick up a load. But in this video is actually going to be made here and across the country too, because it's going to be a couple things that I'm working on with this video and learning about. As you guys have seen in videos in the past and everything else, I am a Dewalt guy. But the problem is that the impact here, this is a 1/2 inch impact, and this impact doesn't have a ton of torque. And I have seen reviews online of the Milwaukee impact, 1/2 inch impact, and it says it's got nut busting torque. And I've seen people on YouTube, and I've seen other things, take lug nuts off of semis. I'm a semi guy, so this is something that interests me, that I can have this with me and I could take a lug nut off without having an impact gun for air compressors and everything else. So this one here, the Dewalt one, is a 20 volt max. It's a VR. It is model number DCF899h. Brushless 3-speed impact. So this is a low speed. It has a little switch down here. A little higher and the highest speed. So this is the impact that I've been using, and what we're going to do is we're going to test against the Milwaukee 1/2 inch impact. I picked this up. This is M18 fuel, and let's see here. The part number on this one is a 2863-21P. And when I went shopping for these, they had an older one, and the prices used to be really super high on these things. And when they first came out, I saw how much torque they had, and I'm like, oh, this is awesome, I should get one. And I looked at the price and went, whoa, I'm not doing that. Then the boss was setting up a service truck, and we were thinking about getting, I was thinking, boy, that'd be so nice to have one of these things in there. And I just clicked on it and looked online, and the prices dropped dramatically. And so I was gonna purchase one. I was thinking I like to have one myself too, and to maybe carry my semi if I have to something and change this tire. Guys, I have changed tires on my own out on the road. I've carried, when I was independent, I used to carry a little bottle jack, some blocks of wood and stuff, and I have this other tool that you can actually take lug nuts off and everything and put them back on by hand and stuff. I've used those in the past. I have changed tires on my own, and I thought, wow, if this thing actually does this and it's that cheap. I mean, I think it was $349, something like that. And you could get that one, and I was like, that's not bad. And I actually clicked on the site, and I put it into my cart, and then it came up and said, if you're interested in that, you might be interested in this. And it came up with this one. It's the same exact tool, it's just a new one. And it comes up, and it has something what's called 1-key compatible. And I was like, what's that? And so I started doing research on the 1-key thing. What I found out is that you can download an app with your phone, and then your phone will connect to the tool. Now, it does some stuff that I think, in my case, it has no purpose. In other cases, yeah. If you were in a busy shop, I had a whole bunch of mechanics in there, and your impact gun is sitting out, you can connect this with this, and you can actually lock the tool out. So if another mechanic comes walking by and goes, oh, here, I'm going to use this, and he goes over, and you don't want other people to use your tool, he goes over, and you can have it locked out, and he goes over and pulls the trigger, and nothing happens. It won't work. In my case, that doesn't do anything. But then the other thing is, say you were using this, and you can't remember where you put it. We've all lost tools. You can't remember, oh, where did I put that? Where did I put that? You can actually go onto it, and it's kind of like track your phone, I guess. And you can go onto the app, and you can press a button, and it will locate the tool. You can walk around, like, locate my phone, and walk around, oh, there it is, So that's kind of cool, but, in my case, those things really don't do anything, because I'm not in a shop with a bunch of mechanics. But the one thing that I was interested in is it looks like that I can set the torque value. So I can go in there, and I can set the thing to torque to a certain rate. And I am going to be testing this at the end of this video. But I have to learn all about this 1-key, download apps and everything. And I'll probably do that. I have to go trucking, and then I'll probably be at Maryland, probably working in a shop. And that's probably where I'll do the test out there, is I will set it to a certain torque, and then tighten the lug nut, and then check it with a torque wrench and see how close it is. And if it's close, awesome. We'll see. All right, guys, we are all fully charged. This battery is fully charged. You can see the light is solid red. It means it's fully charged. This is the 4.5 milliamp, so we can check it. Right there, 3 green bars. And the Milwaukee one is fully charged. It has a green light. Pull it off, check it, boom, fully charged. Okay, so the first test comparison, we are just going to remove lug nuts off of my 2002 Ford Expedition. My guess is these lug nuts have been on here probably 3 years. This is an older truck that I have. The engine runs great. Trinity has a little bit of slip when you first start it, like all Fords do when you put them in reverse. They slip a little bit. Once it warms up, it runs good. A lot of rust on it and stuff. I've had it parked out back ever since I bought my F350. And I'm going to be doing a bunch of work to my F350, and that's going to be down for probably a month or two. So I decided I would get this truck running again. And I fired up, everything fires up, everything runs, drives good and everything, but it has no brakes. The brake line's all rotted and stuff because I had it parked on a piece of concrete out here. So I have it in the shop here, and I'm actually having to replace all the brake lines all the way back. From the brake reservoir up here all the way back, and one of the flex lines I'm having to replace. So that's what I'm working on now, trying to get these brakes done. Alright, so what we'll do is we'll try to take it off. I think this gun will take them off. And what we'll do is we'll put it on speed 1. So that's speed 1. And we're going to see what it does. I don't know if it'll take it off at speed 1, but it should take these lug nuts off. So these lug nuts are torqued to 140 foot-pounds. It's about average for the size of this truck. It's 140. And we'll pull it off. I'll tell you what, we'll count to 10. We'll let it wrap for 10 seconds. How's that? To see if it works, okay? So we'll try it. Let's try a new one. Start over. So, count to 1, count to 2, count to 3, count to 4, count to 5, count to 6, count to 7, count to 8, count to 9. Did not loosen it. So now we'll flip it on to second speed. 1003. 3 seconds, comes off, speed 3. Now, there's speed 2 on there. Let's put on speed 3 and see what happens. Takes it off instantly. Okay, so we saw what happened there. So the different speeds, the first one, it just wouldn't take it off, but that's fine. But I figured the gun would work on there. Now, this will be the first time for this one. Plug our battery in. Okay, I don't really know how to operate. I haven't read the manual or nothing. Okay. I bet you anything. Okay, there it is, speed 1. So, in comparison, we'll put this one on speed 1. It's a little faster. About the same sounding. Oop. Okay, speed 2. That's a lot more. We'll put this one on speed 2. This one has a lot more speed. This one on speed 3. Okay, that really hums. That's speed 3. This one hums a lot more. And this one has a speed 4. Oh, what is that? I wonder what that's about. I don't know, I'm going to have to read a book, but it has 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to start off in 1. Do the same thing, 10 seconds. We'll do one over here that hasn't been touched yet. Same thing, would not pull it off. Put it onto speed on the second, number 2. Go to a fresh one. Say 2 seconds. This one was 3, maybe almost 4 seconds. So a little bit higher. Now let's go up to the number 3. See what happens. Same thing, instantly pulls it right off. So there we go, guys. So that kind of comparison there. Now, I have bought a socket. It is a 1/2 inch drive, 33 millimeter. This will fit semi-lug nuts. So let's go out to my 2002 Freightliner Century, and that thing has been sitting. I'm going to say those lug nuts have not been off, I'd say probably 5 to 6 years. Those lug nuts, I can guarantee, haven't been loosened. So let's go off, and those are torqued to around 500 foot-pounds. Let's see what gun will work there. So we're out here at my 2002. It's a Freightliner Century. You can see this rust, and you can see that they're on there. So they have not been taken off. I would guarantee at least 5 to 6 years that these lug nuts have not been removed. So they're on there good. So I don't believe this one's going to do it. We're going to try with this battery. We'll put it on 1 just for silly goose. But we got that socket on there. We'll do a 10-second again like we did down there. I'll go on with the 2, with the 4, 9, 10. Didn't even budge it. So we'll try on a different one. We'll go to number 2. Didn't even budge it. Go to 3. Go to a new one. Try it again. Wrong way. Nothing. I tried to do this with this gun before, and it would not do anything. So, this is a tool. Everybody's seen it on YouTube. It's a brand new one. It's got the 1 key. Has that app on there. You can download your phone and connect to your phone. A tool with an app. So we're going to try this one. I guess we can go to number 1. Just for the same comparison. Start on a new one. Oop, that's the wrong way. Nothing. Try a new one. Setting 2. Nope. And here we go. Setting 3. Nothing. But these things are pretty rusty. So let's try to back it off the other way, because you can actually see the whole thing moving. Nothing. So now let's go try it on my semi, where I know the wheels have actually been on and off recently. But this was a lot. You can see how these things are rusted. I was actually surprised that this didn't take it off, because I've seen on YouTube, they go to the junkyard with rusty and they rip them right off. Well, didn't hear. Just for giggles, let's put the big battery on. See what happens. Nope, no budge. Alright guys, we're out at the shop, and I have a job here today. I got to replace a wheel seal that's leaking on 797, his truck is. And I got the Milwaukee. So we're going to do this lug nut thing, see how it works and everything else, what doesn't work. I have been doing some research on the one key deal as I've been trucking and stuff and researching stuff. And I have the app all set up on my phone. And I have it all linked to the tool and everything. And it's all right here. It's all registered. There is some cool aspects to this, but I don't really, it's not my thing. But what you can do is they talk about that you can adjust the torque and stuff. And I can tell you that it's not going to work for this application. For one thing, it has a lug nut control option. So you have different options. You got 1, 2, 3, 4. And on number 4, you can set this up as lug nut control. There's only 2 options. 80 to 130 foot-pounds or 130 to 180 foot-pounds. These need to be torqued at like 450 to 500 foot-pounds. So this doesn't even work. I don't know if I can contact Milwaukee and see what's going on. This gun is supposed to go to 1,100 foot-pounds of tightening torque. That's what it's rated at. It says it all over the box and everything else. But, so what I did is I went into these other custom ones. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. You can adjust all these different things. And you can adjust speed and bolt removal speed and everything. And then there's precision mode. And in precision mode, limits the torque output of your tool, allowing the application of consistent torque in repeated applications. So to achieve maximum torque output on this tool, assure that the precision mode is disabled. So, will this torque wrench take off the lug nuts? You saw on the orange truck, it wouldn't take off those big rusted ones. I've seen videos where guys go out to junkyards and remove them. I just busted that one. That does not work. Those were pretty rusty, I gotta say that, but I've seen guys, they go out and look at all this rust and they zip them off. Milwaukee's the best. Well, it didn't take off mine. So let's see if it'll take off one of these. These are, in good shape and everything else. My camera died at home, so I've been trying to figure out a camera since. So I think we have this work. So we'll take this off. There we go. Lug nut is off. It did take it off. So now, I can't tighten it, but I put it in this precision mode. And I'm going to tell you that I've already been testing this and I've been trying it. I tried it at level 10. And I thought, well, okay, it's 1,100 foot-pounds of tightening torque. That should be about 550, right? I can put it at, I'll put it at 10 right now. Okay, there's 10. And this is on, I gotta see which one. Okay, that's on mode 1. So I'll click it onto mode 1. Tighten it. And pull the trigger until the gun stops. The gun will automatically shut off when it's supposed to hit that torque. Okay, there it is. You can see my finger is still on the trigger. So I shut off. Put the torque wrench on there. And this is set at 450 foot-pounds of torque. Guess what? Nope. There it is. So that was not even close to 450 foot-pounds. Not even close. It should have been 550. So now I'll go back in and I will adjust it again. Now let's take it up. I'm just going to take it all the way to 20. I've already tried this. So we're going to take it all the way to 20. Put it back on mode 1. Let's remove it. Okay. It's loose. Let's tighten it. Finger still on the trigger. Release. So gun shut off all by itself. Should have hit the torque. Let's try to see what it's at for torque level. Nope. There it is. Exactly the same. So that gun is supposed to be 1,100 foot-pounds of torque. That's turned all the way up to 20. I'll even show it on the screen. So you can see it right here. So it's all the way to level 20. Okay, so that is not working whatsoever. Now it says on there that to reach the maximum torque, you're supposed to disable the precision. So we're going to connect back up to our tool. And we're going to disable. So now we're disabled. So now we got full torque. Should be total. So let's see what happens now. Let's loosen up. And we'll tighten it. I stopped because I don't know how much further it's going to go. I don't want to snap a thing or something. But we're going to see where it's at now. I think it's going to be close. There it is. So, can he control the torque to work with semis? No, the gun doesn't do it. So what it comes down to is this app is pretty cool. And I was all excited about it because I was thinking, well, if I can adjust the torque, I can get it to a certain level. Don't need to have a torque wrench. It's not going to work. Now, if you go into this app and you go into the number 4 setting, there is a lug nut control. And I watched some guys on YouTube and everything else, and they use this gun here. This gun is, I don't have my glasses on here. 2863-20. And I've seen this gun and stuff, and the guys operating it and stuff, and most of them are like little shops and stuff, and they're working on like pickup trucks. Then you're in the range of those lug nuts, and I've seen guys do it and compare it. And it's been within like 5 to 10 foot-pounds of torque. They've compared them, and it has worked. On semis, it's not going to work. You can adjust all the way up, and I thought, well, with that precision mode thing, you can do that, turn it on, and adjust that. It doesn't work. Doesn't do it. So it will not do it. I don't know. I know there is bigger guns. This is a 1/2 inch one. I know there's a 3/4. There is a 1 inch one. Maybe those you can do it. I'm kind of done with it. So I don't know. I'm really not that impressed with it, to tell you the truth. I really isn't. I'm really not that impressed. But the app is kind of cool. I don't know if it's like my kind of cool or something like that. But the one thing about it is you put this on here and you register the tool and all this stuff. And it has it in here, has a serial number of the tool and all this stuff. And with this in my phone like this one key, the one cool thing about it is, let's say you have this in your garage and somebody breaks in your garage and they steal this, okay? And they take off from it. Well, anybody who drives even close, and let's say they take it to their house and they got in their shop, and let's say they're in a different state, let's say in a different city, wherever, and somebody comes driving by with one of these one key things on their phone. I have it on my phone. I'm going to tell you, as I came across the country with this load coming out here, it popped up that I was actually in range of a one key Milwaukee tool. And what happens is when it does that, it actually sends that signal through my phone to Milwaukee, to the one key people here, and it tells them serial number blah blah tool was reported at this location. And if let's say you go out to the garage and your tool is gone, and you go, oh man, somebody stole it, you can actually go on here and report it stolen. And then if somebody else with this one key app on their phone goes driving nearby, it will actually send a thing to Milwaukee, and then what it does is it sends it to the owner of it with their phone. It says your tool has been found. It gives them the location of it, and it actually hooks up their phone to the tool even if it's another state away. And they can actually go on here and tool lock it. And when they do that, they push it, then the person using it pull the trigger and it won't do anything. And then maybe they'll take it to a service place and say, hey, my Milwaukee tool doesn't work. And when the guy does that and he has to look up the serial number of it, this tool is stolen. Or he can call the police and say, hey, my tool has been stolen, I've locked it, and it's at this address. And the police can go over and take care of it. But, so that's kind of cool and stuff. I'm more of a Dewalt guy. And here's what's really astonishing. You ready for this one? Everybody talks about this Milwaukee impact thing. Take off lug nuts off of trucks, go to the junkyard, you can take off rusted lug nuts, blah, 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 everything else. Well, I have a Dewalt one. And I'm going to tell you that I've never really tried to take off a lug nut. I've basically seen everybody say it can't do it. Okay? This is a 4.5 milliamp battery. That one has a 5.0 milliamp battery. Remember, I brought the bigger battery. Thought, maybe if I give it more boost, it'll do it. But I brought it out here, and these are good lug nuts. They come on and off and everything else. Put this on here. We'll put it onto a socket that has been taken off. And guess what? There's the lug nut. Now, these are rated 700 to 1100 foot-pounds. Those are rated 1100 to 1400 foot-pounds of nut busting torque. So now, let's try something just for giggles. We saw what happened with the Milwaukee one. I was able to do it. I was able to get it. I had to turn everything off, just kind of guess on it. Let's try with this one here. I'd say that's pretty close to the same amount of time. We'll put the lug nut wrench, the torque wrench on here. Tick. So guess what there, boys and girls? Everybody, Milwaukee's the greatest. My little cheap Dewalt that doesn't have the torque as a new Milwaukee did the exact same thing. So there you go. So I'll stick with the yellow. Anybody want to buy a cheap Milwaukee? It's for sale. So there you go. So that's my whole thing. Yep, I'm sticking with my Dewalt. So there you go. That's my comparison. I'm not going any further with it. I'm not going up to the 1 inch. I'm not going to spend thousands of dollars with guns and testing them and everything else. I'm good with what I got. So before I let you go, I got to do something because the boss is going to drive me nuts. You see that their motorcycle over there? Yep. Well, I bought something for that motorcycle. The boss, he was gonna, it's got all gold accents, everything else. And he pulled all the foot pegs off and he was gonna take them in and have them all plated and everything else. And couldn't find anybody that was actually gonna get it done in a timely manner. And I'm like, just order them, you know. I actually tried to order them off Amazon and we sat around waiting for like a month or something like that. They never showed up. Finally, I had to put a claim against it and get my money back. Well, then I did another order with a different company. And I've been waiting and waiting and waiting. And we've been checking and checking. And finally, they showed up just, I think, yesterday or day before. And the boss actually opened the picture, opened the box. He was all excited because they're gold. He wants to see them. So he opened the box, but then there was a box inside of another box. And he was like, oh. So then he opened up that box. And there was another box wrapped in. And finally, I think he said, okay, I'm going to let Larry do this. So we got to open this up on YouTube. Why do we have to open this up on YouTube? Because I spent money on this. And now I'm going to show it to you guys. And then I can write it off on taxes. We've been over this. That's why you guys have to watch all the silly stuff that I buy. So that I can write it off on taxes. But he was going to open it a little while ago. And I said, oh, you can't open that. We have to open that on YouTube. So there it is. FX. Racing. Fuxing. I didn't say what you think. Fuxing. F-U-X-I-N-C-I-N-G. CNC Motorsports. Almost broke a nail there. Oh boy. Oh, gold stuff. That's the shifter lever, or I think the brake lever. Here's one. Look at all that gold. Oh. Here's the side pieces. You know what it smells like, right? That's right. It smells like communism. Came all the way from China. It flew into New York City, from Shanghai or something like that. And then it flew down to Dulles or whatever, and then DHL delivered. This goes on the side and the foot pegs, they stick out on it. This is so your boots, your shoes don't hit stuff. There's the foot peg parts. I guess here they are. And these will here, there's two of them in here, but these will screw on here and it's what you put your feet on. So there you go. There's all kinds of pieces of parts. I'm not going to pull all this apart. Wait a minute. Oh, I thought it actually gave you all gold bolts, but they don't. They give you stainless. I don't really understand that whole deal. Why would you put silver bolts in there? I don't know. All that has to be assembled. So there you go. Some more gold for the motorcycle. Cool. So I hope everybody out there is having themselves a great day, great night, watching this here video. And if you're not, don't go buy a Milwaukee tool to make it even worse, because now I'm on a bunch of money. Anybody want to buy my Milwaukee Impact? You can always try that over again tomorrow. See ya.